How to find and wholesale government lists in 2024. Guys, it's Rick again. And in this video, I'm going to break down 3 key categories to help you wholesale any government list. I'm going to teach you how to find them. I'm going to teach you the different types, and I'm going to teach you the best lists to market to. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe button to continue to receive the best information on wholesaling today. So what are government lists? Well, me and Zach kind of coined the phrase government list. These are lists derived from some sort of government action, meaning it's some sort of government body. And these lists are a list you pretty much don't want to be on. And I'm going to go through the detail of all the different types of lists. But honestly, guys, you have to think about these lists. They are free. And a lot of times they get overlooked because they're free, but I'm here to tell you they are not the easiest list to get, but I will promise you this. They're going to have the best motivated sellers on it, because if they don't take action to get off this list, they could possibly lose their house or have a huge financial implication. That's why I like government lists. They're effective. They've been around forever. And you're going to find most gurus are going to avoid these types of lists because they can't figure out how to make money off of them. But they work. So we have to understand, why do government lists work so well? It's because the motivation's through the roof when you get these types of leads. You see, when you go out and hunt on a government list for a wholesale deal, you are seeking out sellers that need to sell their house. And most of the methods gurus teach you, unfortunately, are sellers that want to sell their house. The reality is most of those need a realtor, and that's why most wholesalers struggle, because they focus on the wrong list and they're dealing with people that want to sell their house. You're never going to convince them to take a big discount, honestly. Even realtors struggle with them to sell it for retail. You want to avoid these types of sellers at all costs. That's why government lists are so valuable in 2024. So let's talk about the different types of government lists. There's basically 2 different classifications, and one set, the first one I'm going to explain to you, are court-derived government list. And I'm going to run through a quick snapshot. These are going to be your probates, your pre-foreclosures, your eviction list, and your liens on properties from third parties. Now, where to find these types of lists is very, very simple. You are going to go to your county courthouse, and there's actually going to be a probate division. You can find pre-foreclosures under the regular lawsuits on it, and they'll have a foreclosure division, and so on and so on. And some of these lists are really easy to get. Some are going to take a little bit more work. If you want to learn more details on how to properly ask for these lists, go to freewholesaling.com. Now, the second type of list are your county lists that are derived from your county offices. Sometimes they are cities. Remember, guys, there's about 3,200 counties all over the country. I can't give you specifics on your individual county, so you're going to have to do the research. Now, the county leads, these are really, really good. And the first one I start with is code violations. These are when houses, there's something wrong with them. Either grass got high or people aren't maintaining them, and either the neighbor rats you out or the city comes by and inspects your property and gives you a notice. If you don't correct the action, usually within 30 days, you can get a hearing. And if you're found guilty at the hearing, which most people don't show up to, they get a lien imposed against their house up to $100 a day, with sometimes no cap in sight. So you don't want to be on that list. So code violations are dynamite. You also have the fire damage properties. You just go to your local fire department to get these. Ask very nicely, because these people do an incredible job, and I don't want to wear and tax on them. Just to ask politely for the most recent fire damage properties that they've gone on call for. It should be public record. You guys are paying it with your tax dollars. The other one that I love is water shutoff. And you got to make sure your county has a public utilities works department. If it is public, you have a 50-50 shot of getting this list. And this is a list who people have just had their water shut off. Rick, why do I want people's water shut off list? Because when they shut off water to the property, there is a high probability that property needs to be sold due to financial conditions. It could be tenants going in and out. It could be a homeowner who just can't afford the water bill, or the water got shut off because the bill got too high. Either way, that's someone most likely it's going to need to sell versus somebody who wants to sell. The next one is tax delinquencies. Throughout the United States, we have property taxes. So even if you own the house free and clear, you still have to pay your government taxes. They are paid through your local county office. Now, when they get behind on their taxes, what they do is they have an auction for the tax certificates, and people bid on them. They get paid an interest rate. So the government gets funded their monies. This goes to your local roads, your schools, your fire department, your police department, and they keep it going. If that tax certificate doesn't get paid over a certain amount of time, that person has a right to file a foreclosure lawsuit and get the house in a foreclosure auction, aka if the homeowner doesn't take some sort of action and get that property tax paid, they could lose their house, which would have a huge implication. Once again, it jacks the motivation way up. These are people that are going to need to sell the house. They don't want to sell the house because they have a pressing need to get it taken care of. Now, another one a lot of you don't think about are arrest records. And that could come from your local sheriff's office, or if you have a city or a county police department, it can come from there. Rick, why do we want arrest records? Listen, good people that own properties get arrested. Some of them go to jail. Some do multiple offenses. The most common one is multiple arrests on DUI. By the time you get your second and third one, you're going away for a few years. And a lot of those people have to sell the house. I buy these types of houses all the time. These are all online. You can pull it up. You just have to cross-reference to see if they own any real estate in that county, and then you can proceed forward with that. So now that you've identified the two different types of government lists that you can attack, I want you to understand, just because it's free doesn't mean it's easy. And no guru is ever going to tell you this because, number one, they don't like to talk about these lists because they can't really make money off of it, and they want to make it very complicated and tricky, and most of the time they want you to use paid services. Now, you can get a lot of these lists through listrei.com, and if you don't want to leave your house and you don't want to go pull these lists, by all means you can do that, pay a small fee for it. It's going to be a little bit more dated. It's not going to be nearly as accurate, but it still works. But the best place to get your leads from is always directly from the government list source. That's going to be your county courthouse and your local county municipalities, your county building department, stuff like that, to get these two types of lists. Now, people always say, Rick, what's the toughest types of lists to get? Probates are much more challenging because they always want to know what you're doing with it. And we teach you all the tricks of the trade over at freewholesaling.com. But honestly, if you're sincere, you're nice to people, let them know you're a tax-paying citizen, and you ask for genuine help, most people will actually help you out. When you try to run people over, you ain't getting squat. And if you're going to take that approach and complain to me and Zach, I can't help you out with it. So what happens is some of these lists, you get a lot of questions. Most people going to give you resistance. Why? Because their boss taught them. They want you to go away because it's easier just to shove you off than try to figure out what you're doing. So studies show to basically overcome these types of obstacles, most people, if you can break down their objections at least twice, you have a great shot at getting what you want. But here's what happens, like, hey, can I get the probate list? No. And most of you just walk out the door. Listen, you're never going to make it in wholesaling if that's your attitude. You have to have an attitude like, I've got to find solutions. I got to be creative. I don't have a lot of resources, but I'm very resourceful. That's the person I'm looking for. And if that's you, this video is meant for you. To overcome resistance, you have to beat it with persistence. Persistence doesn't mean nasty, rude, and run people over. It means be super nice, involve them in the conversation, use their name, use pictures, use clues, just like you do with your motivated seller. Build an amazing connection through rapport, and honestly, you can get a lot of things what you want. If you can overcome at least 2 no's, you will get your foot through the door. If you can't overcome 1 no, you have 0 shot. So I want you to understand, overcoming resistance with persistence is the secret to getting all government lists. So that leads us to the next one, which is what list do we market to and what's the best way to market to them? And once again, you can find this all on freewholesaling.com, but I'm going to give you a quick summary so you can get an idea of where to get started. The first marketing technique is reverse driving for dollars. And this is the art of taking sticky notes, nice colorful note, writing on there, say, got a quick question about your house, stick it on the door with your phone number, and then you take all your leads. What type of leads does this work best for? It's really simple. I'm going to run you through it. Your code violations, your water shutoffs, your arrest records, and your tax delinquencies, and also your pre-foreclosures. Why? Because when you put that sticky note on the door, people don't even know what you're asking, and they typically like to respond to it, and it works really well. And make sure you do these lists for reverse driving for dollars. Don't do evictions, don't do probates, because those people are not in the property. One's deceased and one of them is a tenant. So in order to get to the decision maker, you cannot do reverse driving dollars for those 2 types of leads. I have other ways you can attack those types of leads. Now, the next 2 marketing strategies you can use for any type of government lead list. It makes it simple. Cold calling, you guys know how to do it. You just need to go out and skip trace it. If you don't know how to do it, go to freewholesaling.com. We'll show you how to do it for free. We also have paid versions. It's up to you. If you have money and you don't have a lot of time, you can do the paid one. If you don't have any money and you got some time, you can do the free one. It's completely up to you. The other one is going to be SMS text blasting. Works very well, but you've got to understand the whole job of a text campaign is to convert them to that phone. And you got to figure out how to do that as quick as possible. Don't ever think you can close people via text, because you're going to have a very, very poor closing ratio. Remember, what you want to do is engage your prospects and get them to respond to you and get a direct phone contact with them. Once you connect with them on the phone, then you move forward as a regular wholesale, qualifying them through the process. If you don't know how to do this, go over to freewholesaling.com. We teach you how to do that in detail. And the last one you can do is direct mail. But honestly, if you haven't done a deal yet or you're brand new to this, I would not start with this strategy. But any one of these leads will respond direct mail. The problem is a lot of them avoid the mail because they're delinquent or they're behind on paying their taxes. It's just better off to use this previous strategy I did before. And then once you get some money in your bank, you've banked quite a few deals, then you can bring direct mail in to actually scale your wholesaling business. So guys, now that we've identified the different types of government list, I've taught you how to find the list, and I've taught you the basics to marketing. What are you waiting for? I'm here to tell you guys, government lists it's not even a secret. And I just don't know why more coaches and teachers don't teach this to it. The reality is we do it in our business and it works really well. And honestly, you've got to go out and find people that need to sell their house versus wanting to sell their house. If you're chasing leads down on MLS or something, please watch this video 2 or 3 times, because MLS, in my opinion, is one of the worst ways to get started in wholesaling, because you're chasing people who want to sell a house and don't need to sell the house. I'm not saying there's no deals in it, but I'm just saying if you're starting off with that strategy, rewatch this video, understanding government list. If you'll have those hard conversations up front and do the work and get these lists and go through tons and tons of phone calls, when you find someone, you can find a great wholesale deal. And when you have a great wholesale deal, they're very, very easy to sell to great cash buyers via assignment of contract. If you do it the other way and you think it's really easy up front, you're going to have a brutal hard time at the end. And honestly, that's what kills most wholesalers. And if you only get one message from this video, is do the hard thing up front. Go after these government lists and make them happen. Now that you know the different types, you know how to find them, and you know the different ways to market them, let me know in the comments which way you're going to attack the government list, and let me know if you're having success with it. I would love to hear the stories. Guys, you have to be extremely consistent and disciplined. This is not one hit wonder. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It is do this day in and day out. Find motivated sellers that need to sell their home, and government list in 2024 will point you in the right way. So guys, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe button. This is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video.